This week, we would conduct an overview of the concerns that make up the study of social entrepreneurship. The objective this week is to introduce you to the main issues in social change and entrepreneurship that we will be dealing with this semester. In the latter part of the 20th century, progress and technology have been driven by ideas of globalization and unimaginable profits for multinational companies, banks, and innovators. Globalization is a strategy that is driven by the logic of business profitability, giant corporations, mass production and consumption, employment of large workforces, markets sustained by growing wages, emergence of cheap labor zones, and mass unemployment. These conditions have no doubt benefited big businesses, but caused hardships for many workers and their families as the global business climate had become increasingly vulnerable. Catastrophic industrial decline and accidents, which caused the renewal or reduction of industrial capacity or activity in a country or region, especially in the manufacturing industry. Rising global energy prices, rising imports from low-wage countries, falling demand for mass-produced goods, the movement of jobs to low-wage zones, global environmental and climate issues, and common financial problems. The devastation in the industrial environment has led to job insecurity, worsened by job losses in the public sector, end of full employment, the rise of underemployment and unemployment, substantial growth of part-time employment, efforts to reduce labor costs, and created a new culture of privatization. Privatization is a move by various governments to send public services to the private sector since the 1980s. The trend stems from the common belief that private companies can help governments save or make money by doing jobs faster and cheaper or by managing a public asset more efficiently. Economic growth as we know it and social programs would no longer guarantee workers stable incomes or adequate welfare for the less fortunate. These are no longer viable options in a world where there is growing concern for sustaining life and the earth we live on. These trends have created new social problems and caused them to increase over time. Environmental and climate issues, economic inequality and poverty, underemployment and unemployment, global healthcare issues, political and religious violence, street crimes in urban areas, crisis of adolescence, the emotional turmoil often accompanying adolescence, and sexual violence. Governments are unable to regenerate economic activities or increase public funding to help with growing social problems. They are unable to stop the despair people are feeling around the world and bring about the necessary innovations and reforms needed. The reduction in the scope of public expenditure in the last 2 decades have provided an important stimulus for the growth of a new socially oriented entrepreneurship. All these developments imply that enhanced individual capacity and sustainable responses to social problems are the best aids to global and local community progress. This new concept, social entrepreneurship, promises sustainable social solutions using business transactions and a new, vibrant social economy created by enterprises that focus on responding to social problems, outcomes relating to job creation, medium to long-term financial sustainability, exploring global and local economic regeneration, igniting community activism, increases in civic engagement, introducing and promoting alternative lifestyles, options for sustaining new ways of being, best practices of ethical and environmental values, and developing local services and markets. Social entrepreneurs are change friendly, opportunity oriented, innovative, resourceful, value creators. They see resources and they find a way to mobilize or move them to areas of higher productivity and yield. They find a way to create sustainable social value. Social entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs who intentionally pursue the public good. They act as change agents in the social sector by adopting a mission to create and sustain social value, relentlessly pursuing opportunities to serve their mission, continuously innovating, adapting, and learning, acting boldly without being limited by resources currently in hand, and exhibiting a heightened sense of accountability to the constituents served and for the outcomes created. We have come to the end of this week's lesson. Proceed to your learning activity and follow the instructions as directed.